All right, time now for Built for Success, presented by Ram Trucks. We have a massive matchup in the Big Ten, noon Eastern, Happy Valley, Beaver Stadium. It is Will the Thrill Howard and number 4 Ohio State rolling in to take on Tyler Warren and number 3 and undefeated Penn State. Buckeyes looking for a signature win on the road. Penn State looking to get a win over Ohio State for the first time since 2016. And with that in mind, we're going to talk about this thing through the beauty of technology and our touch screen monitor. This rivalry.
Someone's going to mess this up even though we're millennials.
You're holding on to it.
So that someone is me.
Fingerprints all over it, but we have different aspects of the matchup.
Okay.
Where we're going to break down and make a pick.
Let's do that.
Listen, it's a rivalry in word only.
Oh.
If it's a rivalry, it hadn't been a close one.
Okay, you're right.
7 straight wins for Ohio State.
Yikes.
At the helm right now, head coach-wise,
Yeah.
James Franklin or Ryan Day, who has the advantage? You're going to pick.
I am going with, in terms of head coach advantage,
Yes.
for this game and this game only.
Stalling like a champ.
Top 5.
Yes.
Even though Penn
Are you
State
retired
is
head
retired,
coach Gene Stallings? Go ahead. Who you got?
it's got to be Ryan Day.
Yeah.
So
You making the Ohio State pick?
I'm going Ryan Day here.
Will you throw Ryan Day over for me?
And that's only because James Franklin, again, we mentioned it in the segment with Heather, 1-12 against AP Top 5. What is
Yes.
Ohio State? 4. And as long as Ryan Day isn't playing a Top 5 team named Michigan, he generally takes care of business. So give me Ryan Day.
Yeah. Okay, specifically, this next one needs a qualifier. For the purposes of this matchup on Saturday,
Okay.
offensive weapon. And I say that because Penn State is nicked up
Sure.
right now at the quarterback position. We don't know what we're going to see from Drew Aller. He had to leave last week's win. The backup came in, looked great. Maybe even, a better skill set for the offense.
Okay.
But Aller has come into his own this season. Or is it Jeremiah Smith?
Boom.
Or Will Howard for Ohio State?
Or Penn State with
the best offensive weapon is who? Which team?
It's Ohio State.
Yeah, same.
Jeremiah
Same.
Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
He's,
I think Will Howard. Will Howard has
Okay.
Heisman numbers.
Will Howard has to
He's
delegate.
just not going to win it this
and
season.
it's a rich man's problem, right? He gets to delegate to, okay, here's one
yeah.
All-American, here's another All-American. Jeremiah Smith is in our top plays on SportsCenter literally every week, sometimes multiple times. It's Jeremiah Smith.
Well, yeah, it's like, does he know he can use both hands to catch a football?
I don't think he does. Wait,
I don't
actually,
think
there he was right there,
Yeah.
using 2 hands.
Maybe.
You chirped him.
Actually,
he heard
yeah,
you.
a little bit. Okay, let's go to the other side of the football because all 3 phases.
Okay.
So we're going to the other one.
Special teams, what?
Going to the defense. We're not going to special teams on here.
Okay.
No, we're going to go to defense. Better defense, in your opinion. 4th in the nation
Understood.
is Penn State. Best in the conference, though,
Sure.
is Ohio State.
That's that margin of error as we are closing in on big results coming out of Pennsylvania
Sure.
and Ohio this week.
They're swing states,
The
are they not?
margin of error is a human element margin of error, and because this is a home game, the defense advantage, we are Penn State, in my opinion.
Oh,
they're
home
second,
game.
They are second in the conference. They are first in the
in the
conference.
conference.
It's easily switchable. If we're playing at the shoe,
Okay.
I'm going to Ohio State.
Correct.
But they'll have 12 people on the field with them.
Oh, that feels like a penalty.
Correct, but it's
Yeah.
it's the 100,000 in Beaver Stadium
Understood.
in spirit on the field with them.
Totally get it. You said Penn State second?
Yes.
Well, if you're not first, you're last.
Understood.
So I'm going to go with Ohio State
Whoa,
on the
little-
defensive
little
side.
chalky here
Now, I
from a
will say
Northwestern
this,
grad.
however, Ohio State they ain't played anybody, Paul.
Okay.
I feel like Penn State has had a tougher schedule to this point. Shout out. Now, okay, Kent State early on, we get it. But in going out, losing to Oregon, like Ohio State did, fine. I still think Ohio State has the better defense. I think it's going to bear fruit. I think it's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an ugly game tomorrow, and I think the better defense in this one
I just think that you
wins.
use an analogy like bear fruit when you don't eat fruit or vegetables.
I do eat fruit.
What's your favorite fruit?
Snacks. Now, let's go to the better resume. We just talked about strength of schedule and the road to get to this point. You see the numbers on your screen right now. I mean, the strength of record decidedly in Penn State's favor.
Can we just go ahead and put Penn State there? They are the undefeated team
the
in this matchup.
Better resume. Okay.
What do you? Better resume.
Go ahead.
The Buckeyes have a loss. Strength of
ahead.
schedule, okay,
Yeah,
fine. But the strength of record is what the.
Make your pick. Make your pick.
I already
You
did.
Okay, Ohio State. Throw it over.
Are you
Ohio State.
serious?
Look at the strength of schedule.
Okay, and the strength of schedule bared a loss to this
They
team
have
when they
one
won.
loss, and it's to the number 1 ranked team in the country.
They weren't number 1 in the
building.
country.
It was by a point.
They weren't number 1 in the country when they went out
Due to
there and
some
played them.
Horrible clock management, but they're the number 1 team in the country now. It's Ohio State. You're upset because you made a bad pick. That's okay.
I did
That's
it.
okay.
I
No,
did
that's
it.
fine. Better fan base. This is interesting.
Yes.
Because you have said you don't know who to root for in this game because you said I can't stand both teams. That's what you said.
It's what I
That's
said.
what you said.
But fortunately, there's 108,000 places to sit in Beaver Stadium if
Yes.
you can't stand to be around the
We're in
people Beaver
agreement.
Stadium.
We're in agreement here. Give me Penn State.
But I will say this.
me
Oh,
Penn
wow.
State.
Okay, finally, dude.
Yeah.
You played
Give
to
me
your
Penn
senses
State.
here. I'm bipartisan in my picks, as you can see. You are clearly skewed. You've been compromised. You are one-sided. The best thing in college, one of my very first events ever was going to a whiteout game, 2018, Penn State, Ohio State. Did Ohio State win the ball game? Yes, but it was so electric. I was sitting in the student section. Everyone thought I was a grad student. Not a big deal.
No big deal.
I thought
Yeah.
the stadium was going to collapse. It was the loudest, most
Yeah.
raucous place I've ever been.
Yeah, for sure.
In a college football environment. It
110,000
was
people.
awesome.
Yeah.
Again, flipped. If this game's at Ohio State, the shoe seems a little corporate to me. Never been there. Don't want to disparage
Whoa,
what's
it
going
is
on.
not. I promise
in the
you
shoe,
that.
but better fan base.
Okay.
Penn State.
Okay, I'll agree with you. For all the reasons, they have 12 games of more than 110,000 people. Give me Penn State.
Do you see the red and the blue in my picks? I reach across the aisle.
Just trying to win. Just trying to win. What's up? Give me